Hello there, my name is Roberto Matthews and I own Música Religiosa Studios, a small studio here in my home. And I wanted to just tell you one of the reasons, or a few of the reasons, why I went ahead and got the Octa-Capture by Roland. So first of all, let's talk about the front panel. Now the front panel here is really nicely laid out, and one of the reasons I got it was, other than the Roland name, was because I can have independent on each one of my inputs. I can have power for my condenser microphones. So as you can see here on my microphones, I have two condenser mics hooked up here, and I have two more in the front and then four more in the back panel. And the other reason I got it is because of the auto sense. As you can see right here, I have some input coming in, and as soon as I click on auto sense for this first, I just click it once to tell it that I want auto sense, click it again, and it starts getting the auto sense. And depending on how loud I get, it's going to automatically sense and put the input to what I need. And then I just press it again, and now it has the proper input for the distance that I am. I'm going to go ahead and bring my microphone over so you can see how beautiful this works. So here's my mic, and I'm going to go ahead and press auto sense and speak into it, and you'll see it automatically sense what I'm talking about. So once again, we press the auto sense button just to get it working, and then we click auto sense again, and it starts auto sensing. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. And as you can see, it automatically changed the level. And then you click, and now we're set to record. Very beautiful. The other reason I liked the Roland is because I have a little switch here that allows me to go from the speakers to just the headphones and back again. So once I click this little toggle, I can either only listen through the headphones, and this volume works for the headphones and the main output, or I can click and we can have main output and the headphones at the same time. Unfortunately, there's no independent for audio headphones and the main audio. There's no separate volume knob for those, so you just have this toggle. But it's something I can deal with. It's not a deal breaker. So apart from the front panel and things like that, you can see here that we also have a section for the 48 volts of electricity, so you can independently go through each one of these, and all I'm doing here is I'm scrolling through each channel through the left and right here, and I can turn on the compressor, and I can turn on the 48V. Okay, now if you don't want to deal with this through the panel, you could also use software. So I'm going to show you the software that comes with it, and I'm using my Mac, and of course you can also do this with Windows. Now on my Mac here, I have the Octa-Capture control panel, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up and bring it over here. And as you can see, this corresponds to the panel that I have. So if I bring this up and down, it'll also bring it up and down on the front panel. If I change it on the front panel, then it'll change up and down also in real time. So that's a nice little feature I like there. Of course, I have the compressor here on the front panel, but instead of using the compressor on the front panel, I can go ahead and use the compressor settings independently here. So all I've done is I've changed my compressor to the way I like it for when I'm doing my preamp, and so that's one of the wonderful things that I like. Now all the direct mix and all that I don't really use, so that's not something that I'm very interested in. Now the other thing that I really like is how compatible it is with all my software. The main software I use, however, is just Logic Pro X here, and it works flawlessly. It's USB. So all I had to do was plug it in and go ahead and play along with it. So as you can see here, all we're going to do is we can check here what inputs I'm going to use, and it has all of my inputs. It has all 12 inputs because we have 8 inputs, the front and the back, and we also have inputs for I think it's SPDIF, and I believe a few other inputs, but I'm not really interested in those inputs. Those are the inputs that I mainly use, 1 through 8. And of course, I can record more than one at a time, and it works wonderfully. Now I'm not close to my second microphone, which is why you don't hear it. Basically, that's one of the reasons I bought this Octa-Capture. All the inputs, I don't have to keep changing my inputs if I have only 2 or 4 inputs. I don't have to keep changing my inputs. If I have any guests that are drummers, I can mic them accordingly, and I can work with my Logic Pro X beautifully. So thank you for your time. If you're on the fence like I was, hopefully this will give you the little push towards getting this wonderful machine, the Octa-Capture. Thank you very much.